This is Burkina Faso, a small country in West Africa, landlocked, often forgotten, and for decades dependent. Like many African nations, Burkina Faso imported most of its rice, a staple eaten by millions every single day. Billions of dollars left Africa to pay for imported rice from Asia. Meanwhile, fertile land here remained underused, farmers struggled, and the nation stayed vulnerable to global price shocks. This was the paradox. Africa, with all its land, water, and hardworking people, was feeding other economies instead of feeding itself. But today, something incredible is happening. Burkina Faso is launching what many are calling a rice revolution. A transformation that is not only about agriculture, but about sovereignty, dignity, and independence. And at the center of it all stands a young soldier turned president, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. To understand the importance of this moment, we must go back to the problem. For decades, Africans believed imported rice was better, whiter, cleaner, tastier. Local rice was seen as inferior. Supermarkets filled with bags from Thailand, India, and Vietnam, while local farmers couldn't even sell their harvests. This dependence drained national finances, created unemployment, and made millions of families vulnerable whenever global prices went up. And here's the crazy part. Africa spends billions every year importing food it can actually grow itself. This isn't just a food issue. It's an independence issue. If you cannot feed your people, how independent are you really?
This is where Captain Ibrahim Traoré stepped in. His vision is simple but powerful. Burkina Faso must produce what it eats. No more dependency, no more begging, no more waiting for aid or imports. If the country can grow rice, it must also process it, package it, and consume it locally. To Traoré, rice is no longer just food. It is a symbol of sovereignty. And unlike many leaders who only give speeches, Traoré is backing his words with action. Hundreds of tractors have been purchased. Vast plains have been opened for cultivation. Youth, women, and even displaced persons have been mobilized to work in the fields. For the first time in decades, agriculture is being placed at the heart of national policy. But the real game changer is in the Koudougou region. Here, something monumental is being built. A massive rice processing plant with the capacity to handle 400 tons of rice every single day. 400 tons.
This isn't just a factory, it's a turning point. For the first time in Burkina Faso's history, rice harvested in its fields won't rot, won't be shipped abroad for processing, and won't be ignored. Instead, it will be washed, milled, polished, and packaged right here at home. Imagine the sight. Giant modern machines, shining and powerful, transforming raw harvests into polished rice ready for homes, markets, and even exports. This is what industrial sovereignty looks like. The impact of this rice revolution is massive. Farmers finally have a guaranteed market for their crops. Truck drivers earn steady work, transporting rice to factories. Young people find jobs as technicians, operators, marketers, and distributors. Women entrepreneurs, like the visionary Mamonata Baza, are leading projects that break stereotypes and empower entire communities. This is what economists call the multiplier effect. But for everyday Burkinabè families, it simply means dignity. It means being able to eat food grown by their own hands. It means knowing their harvest will not be wasted. It means hope for a better future. But here's the most powerful transformation of all: mindset. For years, imported rice was considered superior. Eating it was a sign of wealth, while local rice was seen as poor man's food. But today, consuming Burkinabè rice has become a badge of pride. It's not just about taste, it's about identity. It's about saying, we can feed ourselves with dignity. We are no longer dependent. This psychological shift is perhaps the most important revolution of all, because true independence begins in the mind.
And none of this would be possible without leadership. History has shown that in times of crisis, the difference between progress and stagnation often lies in the character of the leader. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is proving that leadership is not about speeches, but about action. While others talk, he builds. While others depend, he insists on self-reliance. His message to Africa is clear. Sovereignty is not a dream. It's a choice that requires sacrifice, determination, and belief in the people's potential. And this message doesn't stop at Burkina Faso's borders. If a small landlocked country with limited resources can build a rice industry, then what excuse do larger, wealthier nations have? Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa. Why not build your own factories? Why not feed your people with your own hands?
Too often, African leaders copy foreign models while ignoring their neighbors' successes. But Burkina Faso's rice revolution is a homegrown solution to a homegrown problem. It proves that Africa's future will not come from outside. It will come from within. Another striking part of this story is who is involved. Women have always been the backbone of African agriculture, but too often, they've been excluded from industrial leadership. Not anymore. The Koudougou rice plant was spearheaded by entrepreneur Mamanata Baza, proving that women are not just participants. They are leaders of Africa's transformation. And then there's the youth. For years, many dreamed only of leaving, to migrate in search of opportunity. But today, opportunity is at home, in the fields, in the factories, in the distribution chains. By investing in young people, by giving them dignity through work, Burkina Faso is not just building an economy, it is building social stability and national pride. This is not just about rice, it's about rewriting Africa's story. For too long, the continent has been seen as a consumer, dependent on imports, vulnerable to shocks. But Burkina Faso is showing a new way: self-reliance, sovereignty, and dignity. If one nation can do it, others can too. All it takes is leadership, courage, and belief in the people. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's rice revolution is proof that Africa doesn't need to beg, Africa needs to build. Because when you control your food, you control your future.